their year in office. And the architect's name, I love this, 1744 the building was complete. The architect was called George Dance. Can you imagine the fun he would have had at school? Now, coming up on the left-hand side, the most famous bank in the land is there at the corner. Security man just sitting there casually, not caring that he's guarding Britain's Fort Knox. In fact, he probably doesn't care because we've got no gold left anymore. The building on the left is the Bank of England, founded in 1694 to finance wars against France. In fact, it bankrolled the Navy. It wasn't founded by an Englishman nor by a Frenchman. I wonder if any of our Washington students can guess the nationality of the founder of the Bank of England. Swiss, good answers. German, good answers. They're involved in the banking and the finance throughout history, but not with the Bank of England.
American.
Spanish, another good answer. Italian, these are all good answers, but not the one I'm looking for. French, no, I said not French, but then someone did say St. Paul's. I said, well, I think I said that, and they were like, yeah, well, I wasn't really listening to what you were saying. It was a Scotsman who founded the Bank of England. You've got a Scottish guide, you may well find there's a Scottish theme running through the tour, called William Paterson, although it was an Englishman that founded the Bank of Scotland. So you see, it all works out in the end. Now, we're going to go over London Bridge in a moment, and I know that you know a song about that, London Bridge is falling down, but I'm currently in talks with Eminem and Rihanna about a whole new version of London Bridge is Falling Down, so I don't want to spoil the magic by us singing the old classic. But London Bridge is where we're heading over. Hopefully it's not falling down. This was completed in 1972, the bridge that we're heading over. And it ain't eye candy in terms of bridges, but there's something quite key coming to the left-hand side. A towering column, a monument to the Great Fire of London, also by Sir Christopher Wren and Robert Hooke, who he worked alongside. If we gaze to the left and we look up, topped by a golden ball of flame. You might want to, whilst you're here for the next 10 weeks, get there, do a little bit of climbing up, get spectacular views. Costs a couple of pounds, and you might want to visit it. The underground station's called Monument, after the monument, so you might want to head there. But folks, we're going to, I'll wait till you guys are done, thanks. We're going to cross over London Bridge, and there are 17 different bridges that span central London. And in fact, often people confuse London Bridge with Tower Bridge, which is coming to the left-hand side. And we're going to do a little photo chat break near there, so that you can get some pictures, etc. London Bridge, look, the gulls are circling. It might be the fact to do with the river, because there's up to 120 species of fish that can be found in the River Thames. It doesn't look very clean, but it's actually one of the cleanest rivers in the world. It's flushed out twice a day by the North Sea. It's tidal, so it goes up and down twice a day. Now we'll have a little photo stop near to the Tower Bridge, near to the HMS Belfast, the military craft there. And when we get to the end of London Bridge, have a little look at the dragons at either side. In fact, these are like kitten versions of dragons. They're kind of like... But at the time of, I want to say William Shatner, but it's William Shakespeare, but they were both born in 1564, and I love them both dearly. At the time of Shatner or Shakespeare, London Bridge had the heads of criminals on spikes ready to greet you. And also, it was dangerous by then. Maybe that's... Folks, maybe we'll make a deal. If you guys all want to chat, maybe sit at the back, because it's kind of just like white noise for me as I'm trying to tell you stuff and you guys are all chatting. So there's no problem about chatting, but maybe sit at the back at the next bit so that, you know, you can chat and I'm not like trying to think. But at the time of Shakespeare, London Bridge was already dangerous. It was like 7 floors tall, and people thought it was ready to fall down. So that's where we might get the London Bridge is falling down. Now, coming up on the right, we've got one of the macabre attractions that we have in London, the London Dungeon. Be afraid, be very afraid of the admission charge, because it's like over 20 odd pounds. And you might be thinking, oh Sean, what do you get for like 40 bucks or whatever it works out as? Plague. I'm thinking not such a bargain. Hopefully they don't give you the plague. That would be crossing a line. Although you're beside the Institute of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, so it would be fine. But they look at the different plagues which ravished the metropolis. The year before the Great Fire, in 1665, a third of the population of London dead as a result of the plague. They also look at the demon barber Sweeney Todd and the crimes of Jack the Ripper, but we don't want to be thinking about that, Team Washington. We want to be thinking about kittens and flowers and lovely special things. That's going to be the theme of today's tour. So folks, we're going to do a little photo stop. Again, we'll do a little 20-minute window.